Hi everyone, my name is Phil and welcome to Phil Does 3D. I'm a multimedia and 3D artist and I stream live on Twitch on Mondays and Tuesdays at 5 PM Pacific time. That is now 11 AM if you're in Australia, or 1 or 2 AM if you're in the UK or Europe. I hope you guys and girls are well. Hellforge, it's good to see you. Good morning to you as well. Have some coffee, alright? You don't have to tell me twice, you know that. I hope you guys and girls had a good weekend. How does my spiel go? Remember guys, if you want to join the Phil Does 3D Discord server, click that link Hellforge has popped into Twitch chat. Become a Phildo. There's a gallery section where you can show off your work. An art help and advice section, folios and demo reels, tutorials and tips, image references. There's a whole heap of stuff on the Discord for you to check out. If you want to wishlist the game you will see me working on today, you can click that link Hellforge popped into chat to take you to the Steam store page. The game is called The House in the Hollow. And if you want to know more about me and what I do, you can click the link in Twitch chat to take you to my website. It's phildoes3d with a .com on the end. Remember, if you do miss the live streams, you can catch up at any time by clicking the videos tab on my Twitch channel or going to my YouTube channel /phildoes3d, because I upload all of my previous streams to YouTube. Okay, is there anything I'm forgetting? I think that's it. We're going to continue working on the House in the Hollow game today. We're working on the... I just want to finish off a couple of bits and pieces, do one more pass over the church ruin. Then I think we'll place some cobwebs in the covered bridge. And if we've still got time after that, we may go to the ruined cottage, or we may start doing the manor house entryway. We'll see how we go. Oh, art station. Thank you, Hellforge. And if you want to check out my art station, which I haven't updated for a while, I really have to. Click that link Hellforge popped into Twitch chat. But at any time, if you go to my website, phildoes3d.com, and you scroll all the way to the end, right down the bottom, you'll find links to my Twitter, ArtStation, Twitch, YouTube, all the social medias down the bottom. So, Hellforge says I do because you keep forgetting. I do keep forgetting. Like I said, I haven't updated my ArtStation for quite a while. I really have to get around to doing that. Cobwebs, yes, cobwebs. You guys have got to control me because you guys know I can get a bit carried away with the cobwebs. So, yeah, make sure you control me. I hope everything's going well, Hellforge, at the game studio. Okay, so I guess we will jump straight into the Unreal Engine. So yeah, I just want to do one more pass over this ruined church. Like, yeah, first things first though. So last week, apart from playing that that wonderful pony game that Sniper Girl made me play, and she's not here for this week, she's away, so we placed the graveyard in the church, but there was just something I forgot to put inside the church, which are these rusty incense burners. So basically, these churches would, when it had a roof, it would have had hanging by chains large incense burners. They generally swing them. Hellforge says, a bit, you spent a whole bloody stream adding those poxy webs in the attic. There were a lot of cobwebs to add to the attic, and it took a whole stream. Selfless One says, wow, looking great here in Engine. Thank you, Selfless One. It's good to see you, buddy. I hope you had a good weekend. So yeah, I just forgot, I want to place these incense burners, but because there's no roof, they've fallen to the ground, so we're just going to put 4 of them scattered inside here. So let's do that. First one, I think I might place one just sort of like leaning up against the altar here. So let's bring it in, make sure I'm in my landscape layout. Probably a little bit big, so let's scale it back a bit. Maybe. I mean, we want them to be quite large. They are quite large generally in a church when they hang from the ceiling. Maybe just a little bit smaller. Might be a little bit too big. That should be good. Helpwood says it's going well with work, slowly getting more comfortable with all the pipeline tools they use. Yeah, and again, Helpwood is working for a game studio, doing some work for a game studio. And each studio has their own pipeline, so it does take a little while to get used to individual studios' way of doing things. A lot of them create their own tools as well to put into their pipeline, so generally you'll find that each studio have their own tools because they make them themselves for their pipeline. But you'll get used to it, just like anything, once you get used to the tools. I think we might move this one just off to the side. We don't want it too close to the candles. Lift it up so we can see it. Bring it forward because now it's in the altar. I might just... how do I want to do this? Maybe we'll drop it into the ground a little bit more. Push it back. And just deselect it so it's not shining orange like that. So yeah, this is just an old rusted incense burner. That's dropped from the ceiling. Okay, so we'll have one there and we'll put another one. Actually, I'm just going to copy the scaling value here. Let's put another one somewhere after I scale it correctly. So one there. So I think we'll have two in this section and we'll put two in the walkway there. So maybe we'll move one down into this area down here, I think. Maybe. Where's the doorway? There's the doorway. So maybe so the player can see it as they enter that doorway if they come through there. On its side. Following the lay of the land. And just into the ground a little bit. And maybe we'll just angle it a little bit so it's not quite so... Maybe that way. Yeah, that should be good. I might just move it back a little bit though. Yeah, that works. That's fine. So we got one there, we got one there, and we'll put two in here. So I think one over here, just inside the main doorway here. Make it 3D says this looks terrible, start over. So rude. You guys are so rude. Let's angle this one a little bit as well. and sink it down into the ground. And we might rotate it a little bit. It's the most interesting angle. I like to look at that little cross there. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll zoom in a bit. So I think having that facing forward looks cool. So we come in, we see one laying on the ground there, and then I think we'll have one laying on the ground. Because we don't want to put ones on the same side, we'll put one over here. And we might just angle this one a little bit. We'll have this one sticking up a little bit more, not lying down quite so much as the others. Over there. So one there, one there, one there, and one there. Okay. Now, we probably are going to end up, I don't know if I'll do it on stream, but probably putting a particle effect more than likely somewhere near the graveyard here. I may add a particle effect inside the building as well, but it'll depend on when I place it, what it looks like and whether I like it or not. But probably more than likely some sort of particle effect, probably a fog effect or something through the graveyard here. More than likely. Make it really easy. Start over now. Coffee, yes, more coffee. Let's Android Lust. Hey, Android Lust. Sorry, buddy. I was so engrossed in what I was doing I didn't notice. I hope you had a good weekend, Android Lust. Android Lust has actually posted some new renders, character renders he's done in the gallery on the Discord, so you guys should check them out. I will show them just before I sign off today on stream. Because they look really good. Character looks great. All Android Lust's work is beautiful. And it really, really cut me when I had to go through the gallery and delete all of his old renders. Because his account was hacked, and I don't want the person that hacked his account, even though the account was disabled, to be claiming that they would, the person that created beautiful work Android Lust put all his work into. So yeah, it was really hard for me to delete them because I love his work. Anyway, I'll show that new image you uploaded just before I sign off today. So yeah, I probably will end up putting some sort of particle effect through here. And I may put one inside, but I'm not sure yet. I don't know that that's right. I just want to go back to the front here. And now this is a large landscape. It's 2 kilometers by 2 kilometers squared. So that's quite a decent sized landscape. This is the starting landscape for the game. And it needs a lot of touch-up work, beauty passes, like the pathways and stuff. They all have to be touched up. I'm just going to have a look through here, and I may add some more plants just in this section here. So I'm just going to do a save all. I always like to do a save current. One thing I've noticed with the Unreal Engine, okay. So say you're working in the engine and you want to frame up a shot, because you know when you save your level, it shows a thumbnail image of what you were working on inside of the editor, like inside of the launcher. I mean, if you go to open up the launcher and open up a project, it saves like a thumbnail image, and generally it's the last thing you were looking at in the engine before you saved it. But I've noticed with the Unreal Engine, if you just do a save all, it doesn't always update the thumbnail to wherever you're looking at it at that time that you saved it. But I've noticed if you select, we work with multi-levels here. If you select a level that you're looking at and you go save current, it will save out this thumbnail image from this angle. So just putting that out there for anyone that gets a bit annoyed with that, because I know it annoyed me. Android says, I had to convert 2 kilometers to freedom units. Oh, sorry, yes, I don't know what that is in miles, but it's 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer squared. So that's a decent sized volume of landscape for you to explore in this large, in the starting landscape. Now the start landscape is 2K by 2K. The manor house landscape is 1K by 1K. And the third landscape, which I haven't shown because we haven't started it yet, that'll be 1K by 1K, because we're just finding these 2K landscapes, they're really way too big to it takes forever to do beauty passes on them. It was necessary though for the game because part of the game is finding the manor house, and so you didn't want to make the forest too small that people could find it too quickly. That and the fact too that we've got a starting section, we've got a lookout, we've got the ruined church, we've got the covered bridge, we've got the ruined cottage, and then we've got the manor house entryway. So there's quite a few different locations that the player has to explore. So we didn't want the landscape to be too small. Whereas with the third landscape, well, the second landscape, which is the manor house, just has a house on it, so it didn't need to be that large. And the third landscape, which is where you sort of like finish the game, has only 3 locations, whereas this one has 6. So this one had to be quite big. Make-It3D says, I have new stuff. Gonna put my stuff on the Discord thingy. Do, yes, Make-It3D. Post it in the gallery for sure. And so long as you don't mind me showing it on stream, tell me if you don't want me to, and I won't. So if you're ever watching my streams, because I always like to show your work on the stream at the end of the stream, so just before I sign off for the day, anything new that's been posted to the gallery, I like to show on stream, live on stream. But if you're making work and you want to post it in the gallery and you don't want me to do that, when you post the work, just say, please don't show it on the stream, and I won't. So no, not everybody's comfortable with that. Thank you, Hellforge. There's the Discord server. If you're not already a member of the Discord, which is where the gallery is, click that link Hellforge popped into Twitch chat and you can get an invite to join the Discord. Just be aware, if you're a new Discord member, there is a cooldown period. That's to stop spam bots and stuff. So you can't post immediately. It's not very long. I think the cooldown's like a half an hour or something. So it's not long. So yeah, just be aware of that though. You can't make a new account and post immediately. Okay, so yeah, I'm thinking maybe, let's see what we can do here. I'm going to go into landscape mode, into paint mode, and let's select the plants layer. Let's see what this gives us. I'm just going to start painting in some plants just to break up the leaf look a little bit more. I mean, I like the leaf look, but it's very yellow. So I'm just going to paint in some foliage. And so you see this has like flowers and stuff in it as well. Just to break this up a little bit. Now, we're going to have to go through the entire landscape and do this, which I won't be showing all on stream because it's going to be a huge job, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm just doing this to break it up a little bit. I'll probably do that in here as well, I think. So this is just using this landscape layer has what do they call them? Let me have a look. I can't remember what they're calling them. Procedural spawners, basically. So the landscape layer itself contains procedural spawners, and they contain lists of different plants, as you can see here. So that's basically what's happening while I'm painting it. It's sort of randomizing between all of these different plants, which are part of that landscape layer that we're working with. Android Lost says to make it 3D. Good car you chose. What are you rendering it in? Let me have a look. Ah, nice. Actually, that is nice. Lovely work, actually, make it 3D. Really nice. Nice renders. They look really good. If you want to check it out before the end of the stream, guys, go jump on the Discord, look in the gallery. Make It 3D has posted some renders of a car, and it looks really nice. And really nice renders, actually, really nice. Maxo Friendo, hey Maxo Friendo, it's good to see you, buddy. Make It 3D says 3D Studio Max and Corona Renderer. Yeah, lovely. I love the reflection on the car. The metallic shader as well looks really cool. And the glass, actually, the glass of the headlights looks really good too. And I like your background image you've got there with the car scene, with the Colosseum, it looks like, in Rome. Lovely work. Maxo Friendo says triangles. Make It 3D says polyrangles. Okay, so yeah, we're just going to paint in a few more of these general plants. Just to fill this out a little bit and to try and knock back a little bit of the reddy yellow colour that we're getting from the leaves. Let's paint some through here. Maybe we'll paint some through here. And let's paint some through here. And let's paint some through here. And maybe a few through here. And maybe some along the base of this fence line just here. Make It 3D says the car painters are still a bit off, having trouble getting the clear coat to come out right. I haven't looked at the large images yet, but in the smaller images it looks pretty good to me. I will check it out though when at the end of the stream when we have a look at everything. Maxo Friendo says shrink wrap it. Make It 3D says I was thinking of fat wrapping it. Android Love says I haven't tried a car paint material in so long. No, neither have I. Not one that's not rusted to buggery like the Bugatti that we did. I'm just making sure all of our stuff is moving the way it should be. Okay, so I think, well, we need to move this tree, but I'll do that in a minute because it's sticking out of the ground. Maybe we'll paint some through here. Now, I have a lot of work to do on the pathway, but I'm just concentrating on one area at a time at the moment. The main area that the player explores, and then we'll do beauty passes over the rest of the landscape. I might put a few out here as well. And some around here. Helpwatch says, no idea how to texture a normal car, so I was surprised when I somehow succeeded with the art test I did, which was a car. As long as you got there in the end, that's the main thing. That's all that matters. Maybe some through here to try and break this up a little bit. Mega 3D says, I had a test recently, but I got so busy with paid work I couldn't finish it. Fair enough, the paid work is what pays the bills, so... I'm going to do one final pass around this graveyard. Hey, Sniper Echo. It's good to see you, buddy. How are you? I hope you had a good weekend. I'm doing really well. I hope you're good. Maybe a little bit through the middle. I wonder if we should put any inside the church. Maybe we could put a couple through this corner here. Maybe some over here. You're good? Good to hear. Make It 3D says the Sniper Echo Phil was saying terrible things about you. Don't worry, I will defend you. They're all lying. Sniper Echo, you know I would never say terrible things. At least I've only got one of them hassling me today. Sniper Girl's not in the stream this week. So I have a week's break from being hassled, but Make It 3D is going to make up for that, obviously. Make up for Sniper Girl not being here. Terrible things. I never say terrible things. Trying to decide if I want to put any here. I don't want to block the path too much because there is another sort of like doorway here. So I probably want to try and keep the path open. I don't like that triangle look there. So let's fix that up a little bit. That's better. Epic Games should be releasing Unreal Engine 5 soon, the actual proper release. They're in preview release 2 at the moment. Unless they decide to go to a preview 3, which they may do. It should be released very, very soon. I'm waiting for the new Max to be released as well. It's due to be released any day now as well. New 3D Studio Max. Sniper Echo says to Make It 3D, you really got to give you mod status. Make It 3D says, at least I didn't force you to play a horsey game. Well, this is true. You did not force me to play a pony game, no. Like Sniper Girl. Girls can't be trusted, Make It 3D says. Oh. Controversy, just like the Academy Awards with that slap. Will Smith and that slap. Do you guys see that? Hear about that? I don't watch the Academy Awards, but I did, because it's been on the news. Andrew Dust says, Phil secretly enjoyed that game. Actually, I didn't mind it, to be honest with you. I mean, the depth of field did my head in, but the game itself, it didn't crash. It, you know, for what it was all right. Andrew Dust says, I at least got some laughs from it. Yes, us peeing on the horses. Yeah, the depth of field, though, man, that did my head in. As Sniper Girl said, it was probably because it was a mobile game initially, which is fine, but come on, if you're going to be releasing it on Steam on the PC, well, change the depth of field. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. Excuse me for a sec. Pardon me. Andrew Dust says, I didn't hear about the Academy Awards thing, but it looks like Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. That's exactly what happened. Live on stage, and then Will Smith went and sat down and started swearing his head off at Chris Rock. I don't condone violence. I mean, Chris Rock was a bit insensitive with his joke, but Will Smith should have not become violent. Which is a shame, because I always quite enjoyed Will Smith's movies, but I'll think long and hard about watching anything else he appears in now, after seeing that little outburst. And I don't generally watch Chris Rock anyway, so... Andrew Loss says, I see what the joke was. Yeah, it was insensitive. The joke was incredibly insensitive. There's no denying that. But I think Will Smith could have handled it a little bit better. Like, yeah, if you're going to take offense because he insulted his wife, you don't do it in front of, a camera and millions of people and live on TV. If you want to smack Chris Rock, do it after do it during the after party or whatever they have. Do it then. But I agree, it was insensitive. Chris Rock's joke was not funny. But Will Smith's behaviour was not was bad. You don't go. Violence is never the answer to anything. So. I'm just going over the landscape to see if there are any other areas I want to touch up. So it may look like I'm aimlessly wandering around, but I'm not. There is method to my madness. I'm looking at the ground cover. Make It 3D says, Will Smith needs to get some jail time for assault. Look, I'm not saying I disagree. Violence is not the answer to anything. Will Smith should not have slapped him. Period. Chris Rock should not have made that insensitive joke. Period. The whole thing is just a mess and awful. Yeah. And the other thing I found a little bit off-putting was when Will Smith, because he won Best Actor, so he got the Academy Award for the Best Actor. Yeah, when Will Smith gave his acceptance speech and he apologised to the Academy for his outburst, he didn't apologise to Chris Rock, and I thought, well, okay, you're pissed off with him. He said something horrible about your wife, but you slapped him. You should have apologised for that. So yeah, I didn't like the fact he didn't apologise to Chris Rock either. He released a tweet this morning where he did apologise to Chris Rock, but yeah, too little, too late. Sniper Echo says, I must have missed the point completely, but I didn't catch the insult at all. Something about I don't know. I didn't get the joke particularly either. I think he was referencing some movie from like the 90s or the 80s or something that Demi Moore starred in, where she shaved her head for the movie, G.I. Jane or whatever it was called. I don't know. I've never seen it. Because Will Smith's wife, because she has a condition, a medical condition, she's losing her hair. So she shaved her hair. Fair enough. It's, that's what a lot of guys do when they start losing their hair. They shave their head. Because it looks better than just having, a bit of hair here and a bit of hair here and a bit of hair here. So yeah, he made some joke about that. Snowbreaker says, it didn't look like he insulted her, or did I miss it? Yeah, well, it was an insensitive joke because she has a medical condition. She can't help the fact that her hair is falling out. The joke wasn't particularly funny because it referenced some movie from the 80s or the 90s that no one's really heard about. But you're right, I don't think he was not, I don't know. I was going to say I don't think he was attacking her personally, but obviously Will Smith thought so. Andrew Luss says, yikes, I wouldn't have smacked him, but I'm sure people can do dumb things on impulse. Well, that's true. The other thing I found really odd about the whole thing, if you watch back, and I'm sure you'll see it on the news because they've been playing it constantly, when Chris Rock makes the joke, Will Smith is looking at Chris Rock and Will Smith laughs, he giggles. But as soon as Will Smith looks at his wife, because his wife was not impressed, that's when Will Smith takes offence, gets up and smacks him. So a bit hypocritical, really. Will Smith was happy to laugh at the joke at the time until he saw that it upset his wife. So, I don't know. The whole thing is just bad. No one watches the Academy Awards anymore. I mean, you know, that's their problem. No one's watching them anymore. Initially, I thought it was a setup. I thought, oh, they've done this to try and get publicity for the Academy Awards, you know, get people talking about it because no one's watching it. But it's not. It was true. It was real. He really smacked him. That and the fact, too, that when Will Smith went to sit back down again and he started screaming abuse at Chris Rock and swearing, that's not a good look, ever. I mean, there are kids that watch that show. I mean, I know kids swear anyway, but, you know. And I swear. I'm no saint, but I wouldn't do it on live TV. Andrew Loss says, I'm just looking at a headline, which could be right or wrong. Sniper says, right. I can't figure out how he was allowed to stay there. Yeah, I get your feel. Yeah. Andrew Loss says, well, it worked. It certainly did. Even though it wasn't a setup, people are talking about it. So I guess that's what the Academy... I'm sure the Academy did not want that sort of publicity, though. They say all publicity is good publicity. That's not true. That's a false statement, really. Bad publicity is bad publicity, and it's never good. A Sniper says, I think it's safe to say nobody will be slapping anybody in the stream tonight. Yeah, but this is true. I can't really talk, can I? But I don't really slap people. This is just pretend slaps. Pretend slaps are okay. Real slaps are not okay. I hadn't even thought of that, Sniper, okay? So yes, we will add a particle effect. I don't know if I'll do it on stream live, but if you play the game, you'll see the particle effect there. Probably some sort of fogging effect here through the graveyard, and maybe some sort of particle effect in here, depending. But I don't know that I really want to do anything else around here, particularly. Oh, that's right. Let's move this tree down because it's really annoying me. Having it floating in the air like that. Move it back a little bit as well. I think we might be good to move on to another spot in the landscape. Do I want to add any more water anywhere? Water really can only be added on a flat surface, and you'll notice that the landscape here is at a bit of an angle anyway. Like I have added a little bit of water. It's difficult to see, but through here. Don't know that I need to add any more anywhere. I could add a bit out here. Maybe not. I think we can probably say that we can move on. So let's do a save all. And a save current. And let's move to the covered bridge, I think, so we can add some cobwebs. And again, you guys have got to control me with the cobwebs because you know how I like to get carried away. So I have bookmarked it to save me moving through the landscape so that the guys at the game studio don't yell at me for showing you stuff I shouldn't be. See, the problem here is I can't remember which bookmark is which. I think this is bookmark 6. I think it's bookmark 5 I want. We'll find out. Yes, there we go. So yeah, we have this covered bridge here which spans this ravine. And I just want to add some cobwebs to it. You won't actually be able to get across this bridge, as you can see. You've got to find another way across. The landscape's basically broken up into two sections. One side on here and one side over here. And you have to get across to the other side to find the manor house. So again, you should not be watching these streams if you don't want spoilers, because you're going to be seeing things that may give away puzzles and stuff like that. So if you do want to play the game and you don't want spoilers, don't watch the streams while I'm working on these landscape pieces. Andrew thus says the more the better. I think so too. You never have too many cobwebs. So we pull back here. So I think some cobwebs up through the roof section here will look really cool. Now I've got two types of cobwebs. I've got the ones you saw me use in the attic in the building, and then I've also got these other ones. So let's have a look at these other ones which we haven't actually used yet. So let's see what they look like. Again, I'm going to make sure I'm in the right layout. Let's have a look at this one. Okay, I see. These ones were meant to go on the ground. Oh, don't do that. Why, Epic? Why did you make it so if you're nowhere near it and you're trying to move your camera, you end up moving this? What's going on there? Please fix that in the new version of the engine, please. So yeah, these cobwebs sort of touch the ground and touch the wall. Hellforge said to me, you spent a whole stream doing cobwebs for the attic, and it's because they're so fiddly. You've got to get them lined up just right, otherwise they don't look right. So yeah, they take a while to set up, unfortunately, cobwebs. So we'll have some there, and let's put some up the top. So let's go with let's see here. What do I want to use? Let's see what this ceiling one looks like. Not really the look I'm going for. We can use it, it's meant to be for a ceiling, but it doesn't mean we have to use it for a ceiling, I don't think. We can use it for one of these little corner pieces here. Now these do actually move. They've got an animated material on them, so they're sort of, some of them will waft in the breeze. Not this one, of course, because it's up against a wall, but some of the others should. Gotta make sure I don't go through to the other side. No, we should be good. Not that you can even really see that from here, but anyway. What else we got? Smurf says, more cobwebs. Hey, Smurf. He says, out of control. He's out of control. That's right. You know what I'm like with the cobwebs. I can't help myself. See, the problem we have with some of these cobwebs is they were designed for a flat roof, and we don't have a flat roof. We've got like a peaked roof. That's alright. Let's see what we can do. Let's have a look at this one. Maybe if we angle it, we can use it. Let's see. Tiny. Let's scale it up. Again, it was designed for a flat roof, which is really annoying. I don't know that we're going to be able to put them up here on the ceiling. No. Let's find something else. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, this one might work. Or not. This one's not going to work either, but we can use this one for the ground, so let's do that. So let's rotate it 180 degrees. I guess we're going to move it on a bit of board that's a bit wider. Actually, that's not going to work. I don't think. It might work. Let's have a look at this one. Let's scale it up.
Cruising highways longer, further. Living life is supposed to be. Red lights never seem to stop us. Trapped in shackles, yet we're free. I try to limit my restrictions. You always fight to feel complete. I never found out what was needed. Life has always been bittersweet. I've traveled through this world a million times before. And every path I cross, I know what lies in store. And even though I know my heart is on a beat, life has always been bittersweet.
I really want some larger hanging cobwebs through here.
I never was one for forgiveness. I always tried to pull my weight. They say the other side is greener. I'm pretty sure I won't be late. I play my cards as I'm supposed to. Yet all I do is bluff and cheat. Better save my thoughts for later. Life is always bittersweet. I've traveled through this world a million times before. And every path I cross, I know what lies in store. And even though I know my heart is on a beat, life is always bittersweet.
I might just change, because I have this covered bridge not at specific angles, it's at an off angle. I'm finding it difficult to position it with the pivot point, so I'm just going to change it here so it's easier for me to actually move around. Must remember to change it back though before we start doing any other work. Smurf says he's out of control. Not yet. Not out of control yet. Android Lost says, looks like 38 different cobwebs to play with. That bridge will practically held up by cobwebs.
I'm drowning from my own regime. I'm falling through this empty space of me.
There's more actually, because there's an alternate version of them as well, but we're going to stick with the normal version. Going to make sure that my cobwebs are not going through my roof. I think they're okay. May bring them down just a little bit, just to be on the safe side. What else we got? Scripts. Who's? Have a look at one of the cocoons. No, I don't like it. Let's look at the cobweb wall. Well, it's pretty similar to that to begin with, so not that one. Let's look at this one. Let's scale it up. And let's rotate it so it's facing in the right direction. I really want something hanging here. And we do have these hanging ones, but don't know that we're going to be able to use them. Again, because of the angle of my roof. Maybe we can use them here. Let's have a look. Let's see this one. Now we are going to see the problem here is it's sticking through the roof because of the angle. I can't rotate this because then the cobwebs will look like they're defying gravity. But if I'm careful, I can maybe use them, because again, the player will never be able to get over the bridge anyway to check them out that closely. So I can sort of stick them through the roof a little bit. Because again, there's nowhere here will the player be able to see the top of the roof either, to see that it's sticking through. So we can sort of maybe get around it that way. I don't know if I really feel like doing cobwebs today. They're so fiddly. I'm wondering if we should move on to the ruined cottage. Oh, let's keep going. They really are so fiddly. What else we got? Make it 3D says, I don't like it, start over. Edward Loss says, there isn't an easy way to save the pivot in Unreal, right? It would be cool if you could. No, there's not. There is no easy way to save a pivot if you want to move a pivot. The only way to really do it is to take the model back into Max and move the or back into your 3D software, move the pivot and re-import it. There is I believe that there is a marketplace tool you can use, but built into Unreal, no, unfortunately. It would make life much easier if there was. Let's have a look at this one. I'm just rotating it around so I can see the shape of it. Can't say I love that. What else? What else? Let's have a look at this one. Again, Unreal. Come on. Android Lost says if a spider can make the web in a day, you can place them today. Alright, I'll persevere. They're just so fiddly. Helpwood says, still not done with cobwebs. Don't you give me a hard time. They're fiddly. Really, really, really fiddly to do. Cool. I'm just trying to work out how this cobweb is meant to sit. And I can't work it out. So let's get rid of that. I can't work that out. What else is here? I think it was meant to... Yeah, I think it was meant probably for the ground. Maybe. Let's have a look. Let's see. I'm confused. I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Oh, don't do that. Yeah, I think it's meant to go like up against the wall like that. I think. The problem here is we have this sticking out the side now, and you will, well, you're going to be a long way away, but you may notice that because you will be able to see this side from down below. There's something down below, so and you can look up and see the cobwebs here. So having it sticking out the side there is not great. I can put it on this side though, because you can never see this side, so we can do that. Let's try moving it over here. Even though it's sticking out, I might see if I can just move it in a little bit more. Not really, it's weird. Maybe if we angle it a little bit. Let's turn angle snap off. Then we can move it in and move it down. Yeah, it's a weird cobweb shape. So no, we can sort of see it here. I'm a bit worried about that. I think why don't we try non-uniformly scaling it so we can bring it in this way. That'll be better. Maybe a little bit more. Hang on, what's going on here? Helpwood says, did you at least have some copy and save the project? No, I haven't had copy or save the project just yet, so let's do that now. Just to be on the safe side. Let's do a save all, and I'll have some copy. Again, remember the landscape is still being worked on, but probably what will happen here is we'll probably place some sort of particle effect, some fogging effect or something through the sky. I'm not sure, but again, this landscape hasn't been rebuilt yet, as you can see with the lighting warning here. So it's not a good indication of exactly how this will look until the lighting gets rebuilt anyway. Let's put some cobwebs around this section here, I think. That'll look cool. So let's go with, wrong side, copy goes over there. Let's go with this one here. Scale it up. Move it over. And let's put some cobwebs from here down to here. So let's go with this. This one's not going to work. No, this one's not going to work. Let's go with See what this one's like. This one might work, but it's a little bit big, so let's scale it back. In fact, let's scale it back up again. I scaled it back a bit too much. Let's rotate it. I still want something from there to there. Snurp says, so where's the giant spider that lives at the end? Yes, there's no spiders in the game. No spiders. I don't like spiders. They freak me out. Mega 3D says, don't give Phil a hard time. At least the grandpa is working. That's exactly right. I'm doing some work for a change. Except for right now where I'm just going to chat away for half an hour and drink my coffee. Andrew Lost says, yeah, Phil should make a big huntsman spider for the bridge. All those huntsman spiders, they freak me out particularly because they're so big. I mean, they don't bite, they're harmless, but man, they freak me out. A little spider the size of my fingernail will freak me out. I'll have to run away from. I don't like spiders. Ugh. When I played, was it Skyrim or Oblivion? I can't remember which one had the giant spiders in it. That freaked me out. Hellboyd says, only if the player is allowed to have a flamethrower with unlimited ammo. He says, what kind of version control software do you use at the studio? We use Perforce at the studio. Rename Card says, hey Phil, hey Rename Card, it's good to see you buddy, I hope you had a good weekend. Helpwood says, I think both had giant spiders, but Skyrim had scarier spiders. Andrew Lost says, I consider mostly all spiders harmless. Well, we have deadly spiders in Australia, like redback spiders, and one bite from them and you're dead. So maybe that's why I'm a bit freaked out by spider, even though, like, you're not going to come across a redback spider in Australia unless you go looking for one in the middle of nowhere. Generally. So you're pretty safe. But yeah, we do have deadly spiders here. And I've always been paranoid of spiders. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. They freak me out. Just don't get bit. That's right. Megan 3D says to Rename Card, Bill was saying terrible things about you, but don't worry. I defended you. Don't you believe a word that he says? Oh, man. Bill does not say horrible things about anyone. Well, mostly. Mostly. I will be about you, Rename Card, though. Megan 3D says, just trying to be friendly, Phil. Let's just scale it back just a little bit. It's a little bit too high. Still not really what I wanted though. I wanted something from here down to here. Come on, there's got to be something here. Corner, 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 corner. Maybe. Not really. Maybe. Maybe. Let's see if I can't wrangle this into something I can use. Not really. I don't think so. We will double check. I'll try.
Look straight ahead, don't you stay behind, don't stay behind. Try to make you feel right, cause our stars are aligned. Can I make up your mind? Follow me to the light.
No, I don't think I can use this piece. Can we use it somewhere else? Let's see. Rename card says I probably deserved it. Alford says been taking a bit of getting used to working with Perforce, but it's not too terrible after a while. You know, Perforce is used a lot in a lot of different studios I've worked at have used Perforce. It's not terrible. It is, yeah. Like I said, once you get used to it, it's fine. It can take a little bit of getting used to, but generally it's good. I quite like Perforce. Let's try rotating this way. Let's move it. Yeah. May just non-uniformly scale it this way a bit. And we'll scale it back down a little bit. Is that smooth for you guys? I'm looking at OBS and it looks a bit jittery on the stream, but it could just be the OBS window. Is that moving smoothly? Because it is for me, or is it jittering? Do you guys see jittering, or is it smooth? It's not smooth? Yeah, I've just noticed that, because it's completely smooth here on my screen. I'm wondering why it's jittery. It's very strange. Anyway, you have to trust me. It's completely smooth on my screen. I don't know why. It's either OBS or NDI that's doing that. I'm not sure which. It's very strange. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Because I'm sending out via NDI at 60 frames a second. You can't see it, but it is 60 frames a second, so it should be smooth, not jittery like that. Weird. Anyway, let's keep going with these cobwebs. I might pull in some other cobweb type, the ones that we used in the attic, if I can find them. I can't quite remember where we put them. Cobwebs, cobweb door, cobweb light, cobweb one. I'm just going to have a look at this. I can't remember. Okay. Hang on. Yeah. Andrew Lost says it's been like this the whole stream. Has it really? I didn't know. See, I don't generally pay attention to OBS. Has it always been like this? Was it like this last time I was working in Unreal? Because I did update NDI, so I'm just wondering if that's got something to do with it. Yeah, I can see it glitching. You know, I'm going to restart NDI. So hang on, let me. Just in case it's something to do with that. No, it's still glitchy. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm not sure what's causing that. That is weird. Let me just check something else actually. I'm using the NDI plugin in OBS. I can also use the virtual camera. So I'm just going to load up the virtual camera and we'll see if that's any different. I'm just curious myself actually, and while I'm streaming live it's the best opportunity for me to check it. So NDI tools. Webcam input. So if I turn that camera off and that one on, it's about the same though, isn't it? It's still glitchy. Yeah, that's weird. It's still glitchy. So it's not that. Let's close that down. I wonder if it's something to do with my network or if it's OBS. Oh, I don't know. Not smooth bandwidth issue. You mean the frame rate? Yeah. I mean, you see how I turn it, sort of like it looks like it snags. It's not smooth. Whereas on my screen it's completely smooth, but here it looks like it's jumping, like a frame rate problem. Bandwidth issue, yeah, it shouldn't be a bandwidth issue. We can check that by opening up the network connection. So I think it's hard. I don't think I can keep the network connection open while I'm, but look, 133 megabits, 120 megabits a second, that's how much it's sending to my stream machine, which should be fine. So it doesn't look like a bandwidth issue to me. So it's not bandwidth, it's something to do with NDI, or with OBS, I think. I don't think we've noticed it before, because generally, I think when I played that game, that wasn't doing it, was it? Maybe it's, I don't know, it's weird. I was going to say maybe it's Unreal, I don't know. Yes, the brains make it 3D says it's because you live in hell and bandwidth is terrible in hell. Android Lust says, I thought it was your stream PC doing it because you would have noticed an hour ago. Yeah, it is. It's not my main computer. My main PC is very smooth. It's a stream machine. See, if I'm doing this, that's all completely smooth, but I can see in OBS it's sort of like glitching. So yeah, hitching. It looks like it's hitching. Whereas on my computer, my main computer here, it's completely smooth. So it's something, and it's not it's not the OBS plugin, because I used the virtual camera and it was doing it too. It's not the bandwidth, because I just checked the bandwidth and it's sending the bandwidth across at 133 megabits a second, so it's not that. It has to be OBS. And this is a new version of OBS, so it would not surprise me. OBS can always be a bit weird. Halford says it's probably struggling to capture the scene in Unreal. It should be though. NDI can generally capture anything smoothly. I don't know why it would be having a problem capturing, unless it's something to do with the Unreal Engine. I mean, wouldn't surprise me. I don't know, it shouldn't be though. It should capture anything you see on screen. That shouldn't be an issue. And automatically you would think, oh no, that's a bandwidth problem, like Make It 3D said, but it doesn't appear to be a bandwidth problem. I don't know. I don't know. Actually, you know what I'm going to try? Oh no, that's not going to help really. I was going to say I could use Studio Monitor, which is built into NDI, but number one, you guys won't see it because it would be on my stream machine anyway, and I guess that it would at least show me if it's NDI doing. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Hang on. I'm just going to load up Studio Monitor on my streaming machine just to see if it is a bandwidth problem. So basically what it will do is will allow me to view the video coming directly from my computer. No, that's interesting. I think it's because of that. The troubleshooting stream. video monitor. Okay, now I can see in studio monitor. No, it's the same in studio monitor. I'm getting hitching. So there's some problem with the signal coming from NDI from my main computer going to my stream machine. Interesting. I'm going to have to try and work that out after the stream. There's an issue there. Coffee, yes, let's have some coffee. Android Lost says, I guess if all else fails, give the PC a reset after the stream and see tomorrow? Yeah, I guess so. Although tomorrow I think it's a Just Chat stream. It's the last stream for the month. So we probably won't have anything going on, anything to... We can still check it tomorrow during the Just Chat anyway. Rename Card says, what's your screen capture settings in OBS? Like I do 1920 by 1080 60 frames a second is what I'm streaming at. I mean, I'm wondering, I work on 4K screens. That shouldn't be a problem though. And then yeah, it's downscaled in OBS to 1920 by 1080 at 60 frames a second. I'm just wondering, there is an option here in NDI for the frame rate. So I've got it set to 60p. I can tell it to use monitor's frame rate. Let's see if that does anything. I think it's still glitchy. Yeah, it's still glitchy anyway. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to exit NDI and restart it now that I made that change, because you never know. No, it looks to me like it's still glitchy. So that wasn't the issue. But there is a problem. The problem is the signal coming from my machine to my stream machine is causing the issue. So it's not OBS, it's something to do with my main machine and my stream machine. The network connection. Anyway. Hang on. Make It 3D says probably something running in the background that's eating up resources. Well, the only other thing I've got open is Mac, so let's close Macs down. It shouldn't be, but you never know. No, it still seems to be glitchy. It's the signal coming from NDI that seems not to be right. There's something wrong going on. Every stream is just a chat stream, Hellboard says. Hellboard says, if you want total silence for 4 hours at a time, you can always watch me. Sniper Record says, I'd be down for a chat. Is it just glitchy in that scene? That's a good point. Let's have a look. You want me to move to another spot that you're not supposed to be looking at? Let's go to the bookmarks. Let's go back to where we were, the church here. Look at that, I think that's smooth. Is that smooth to you guys? Looks smooth to me. Yeah. Wow, good suggestion, Sniper Echo. So it's something to do with that scene. Because that's smooth. Let me go through here and check. Yeah, does it look smooth to you guys? It looks smooth to me. Or am I imagining things? No, it looks like it still might be a little bit glitchy. Although it's not as bad as where the bridge is. That looks pretty smooth to me. Yeah, smooth. That's weird, isn't it? So, the church scene smooth. Again, we'll go in here and check it. Yeah, that's smooth. But when we go to the bridge, which I think is 5, yeah. Yeah, we're getting glitching happening, basically, particularly when we look this way. Let's have a look at looking this way. Yeah, again, it's still glitchy. That is so strange. I'm just going to go to another section, which is the cottage, which you guys haven't seen yet. If I can remember which one it is, I think it's number 2. No, it must be number 1. Yeah, the cottage. And the cottage is smooth as well. Yeah, it's only that bridge scene then. Something about that bridge. What could that be? So it is Unreal doing it, obviously, or it's, yeah, again, you would think a bandwidth problem, but I can't see what. I mean, this is a large open area. Like, there's a lot going on, as opposed to the other scenes, which are pretty much inside the forest. Oh, the only other thing that's here is there's a waterfall down there, but that shouldn't be causing an issue, I wouldn't have thought. I'm just going to go over here so I can have a look. The guys are going to scream at me at the studio for leaving my allotted area. See, it's smooth here as well. And looking up at the bridge, smooth there too. Smooth there. Still smooth. What about looking this, well, from this side? No, again, glitchy. So, I'm not sure. There's something going on. Something strange. Anyway, so it's not NDI, it's not OBS. It's only this section of the game in Unreal for some reason. There's no way for me to adjust the bandwidth either with NDI, with this version of NDI. Unfortunately. There is something else I can try. There's 2 versions of this NDI screen capture, which is what I use to send it to my stream machine. There's this version which is uses the CPU. There's also one now with NDI Tools 5 which uses the GPU. So maybe we should check that. It's the spider webs. I never thought to check it before I caught the spider. It wouldn't be the spider webs, I wouldn't have thought. Calling it now cobwebs, Hellforge says. Debugger, it's not UE4. It's not an issue because it's completely smooth on my screen. So it's not a problem with the engine. I'm looking around and it's completely smooth. It's only in OBS that it's glitchy. And just in this section here. So, because yeah, it's not a problem with the engine because everything's really smooth on my gaming machine. There's no issue at all. It's all smooth. It's just the sending of the signal. Now, it could be that there's a lot more information here because we're in a large open area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close down NDI, the one that we're using that uses the CPU, and I'm going to start up the version that uses the GPU, which is it's new to NDI Tools 5, and we'll see what that does. So it's Screen Capture HX, they call it. There we go. And look at that. Nice and smooth. So it is, does that look smooth to you guys, or am I imagining things? Looks perfect. Smooth, yes. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm using the version of NDI that uses my GPU, not the CPU. Yeah, Smurf says, yeah, I could see it being a CPU GPU thing. Smurf says, wait, which one are you using at the moment? Now, I'm using the GPU version now. I was using the CPU version before. So the one that was glitching out was the CPU, and this one is the GPU. So it's NDI Screen Capture HX, the new version with that was only released with NDI Tools 5, the GPU version. Prior to that, it was always just the CPU version. Sniper says, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's why I knew it was not I knew it wasn't a problem with the engine, because on my screen it's completely smooth, and now it's smooth again for you guys. That's what I'm saying. It was nice and smooth. There was no glitching. It was smooth. So that's how I knew it wasn't a problem with the engine. It was a problem with NDI sending it. The CPU version of NDI. That's the Halfboard says, sorry, Make It 3D says, looks smooth to me. Halfboard says, you're probably imagining things as well, but it is smoother. Have some coffee. I'm glad we worked that out, but it doesn't explain, I don't know, maybe the GPU is more efficient, I don't know. I mean, I have a 10900K, a 20-core 10900K. So I don't understand why the CPU version would be causing that anyway. The only other thing I can put it down to, and it comes back to that, was it Rename Card that suggested it, or hang on, let me look up. Or Make It 3D. It was Make It 3D. The bandwidth thing. Because with this new version of NDI, and again, I don't think you can see because it's hidden behind my graphic there, but there's one with the video bandwidth, you can actually select a higher bandwidth than you could with the CPU version. So I've got it set to Ultra. I'm just going to check to see what the network is. Yeah, here we go. If we have a look at this, hang on. I've got to try and keep this in view while I'm moving this, which is not going to happen. Not going to be easy. I don't think I can do it. So I'm just trying to see how much more bandwidth, whether the bandwidth's any higher, but it doesn't look higher actually. I don't know. We worked it out, that's the important thing. It's smooth now, so I'm happy. Anyway. Hello Dust says, guess your CPU could use some copy. I know, this is what I mean. It's a 10900K, it's a 20-core, a 20-thread I should say, CPU. So there's no reason my CPU should be causing an issue, but that's the only thing I can put it down to. Because this now what we're using is the GPU version of NDI. I don't know. Anyway, as long as it's smooth, I'm happy. How are we going for that? I want to show that work that you guys have been doing. So we're going to have to finish doing our cobwebs. Probably not tomorrow because tomorrow is just chat, but next week. So let's do a save all. And I want to save current. Discord, there's the Discord server if you want to join the Discord. So I'm going to show the images that you guys posted in the Discord. So we'll start with Android Lust. Link. Let's just minimize Unreal. And open up the browser. Beautiful, beautiful work. I love your work. It always looks really, really nice, Android Lust. And again, she reminds me of the Velma character. I think it's a Tats though. That's why I said that. But she looks great. Really lovely work. A nice silhouette pose on this in this render as well. And I love the hair. And this is another render of the character. Yeah, beautiful work. And I love the fact too that you proportion your characters correctly. You don't give them like huge titties. Because that's not what most women are like. And there's a third render here. And this is the edge loops, it looks like. Nice. Nice even edge loops. Yeah, he does beautiful, really beautiful work. He really, really does. You should see, like I said, I had to delete a lot of his old stuff from the gallery because of his account being hacked, but some of his work is just beautiful. So feel free to repost the stuff you'd already posted, Android Lust, in the gallery if you want. Yeah, I love it. Beautiful work. He's also, this is a work in progress. It's stills of an animation, so I just want to show this as well because it looks really interesting. Oh, but I love the character. She looks great. And I love that pose as well. So this is a work in progress from Android Lust as well, for an animation piece. Looks like we have a pole dancer here. So that's going to be really interesting as well if it's an animated piece. I love this, like a render actually. I really like that. I like the lighting. It's really cool. And Helpwood says huge honking anime titties. No, women do not have huge anime titties. Not in real life. I mean, some of them do, but most of them don't. That's natural. I'm not sure what the story to go with this pole dancing is, but yeah, she's got slightly bigger titties by the look of it. Smurf says bang. Helpwood says looks really cool. It does. Rename Card says sweet. You'll repost them eventually. That's fine. I'm just saying, feel free to repost them because your work is lovely. It does inspire other people to do work as well. So that's worthwhile doing for that reason alone, really. But there's no rush. Mega 3D says, I need one of them in my room. Maybe even the pole. Oh, man. Mega 3D has also posted some images in the gallery. We're going to check them out now. And he's been working on a car, which looks really cool. Did you model the car? The car's really nicely modeled as well. But the texturing is nice. The materials, the shaders are really cool. The renders are nice as well. And this is a close-up of the front of the car. Yeah, I don't see. You said you're not happy with the clear coat shader on the car, but it doesn't look too bad to me. And I love the shader for the glass here. Looks really cool. Again, a beautiful render. Really interesting angle for a render as well. I really like it. And yeah, I don't mind. I think the clear coat looks okay. And then he has a shot here where it's composed on the Colosseum, by the look of it. And the reason I recognise the Colosseum is because I had to model it once, but for a game studio. I had to model up the Colosseum. But that looks really cool. Again, I love... It looks really good. The render is beautiful. It integrates really nicely with the background. Beautiful work. And again, I love the look of the car. Rename Cards also posted something, but yeah, beautiful work, Make It 3D, really nice. He says it's still a work in progress and there's lots to do, so but I love it. I think it looks good. Make It 3D says no, that's someone else's model. Oh, it's somebody else's model. Okay, fair enough. But the render is beautiful and the texturing and shading is really lovely done, really nicely done as well. And again, I like this composition that you put together here with the Colosseum in the background. Smurf says shiny. Cars are shiny though, sir. Make It 3D says the wheels haven't been done yet. Okay. Right. I can see that now you pointed out. They look very clean. Yeah. The car looks great. Like again, I love the glass shader, and I really like the car paint shader as well. In the interior here, I like what you're doing with the checker on the seats. That looks really interesting. Smurf says I probably stood in that exact spot or walked through it. Actually, it surprised me, you know, that how small the Colosseum is. You see it in movies and it looks really big, but it's not really that big. In real life, it's actually quite small. I mean, it's not tiny, but you know, it's smaller than you think it would be. Rename Card says, great looking car. It is. He's done a really lovely job. And the rendering is really nicely done as well. Mega 3D says, yeah, Phil loves me. He really does. Rename Card says, not easy to do a good car render. Hopwood says, Phil loves everyone. He's a hippie. That's right. I love everybody. Android Dot says, if I had a Porsche 911, it would be very clean too. Mega 3D says, there's a 5-minute render with Corona render at the 3950. Oh, this is a 5-minute render in Corona on a 3950, an AMD 3950. I'm impressed. Smurf says, look at Bill, Mr. 20 feet tall. And I just want to show this image from Rename Card as well. Very nice. Again, I love the model. She looks really, really nicely done. It's a work in progress that he's been up to. Did you model this, Rename Card? Character looks great. She's like a fairy or something. The cat looks good too. Yeah, it looks really, really cool. Mega 3D says it in theaters now. Attack of the 20-foot crab. Yeah, in ZBrush. Yeah, modelled in ZBrush. Beautiful work. I love the modelling work, and the texturing is coming along really nicely as well. Again, really interesting characters for your portfolio. Like the cat. The cat's cool. And the fairy sitting on the cat. Beautiful work. Really nice modelling work as well. And I love the detail you've got going on here. In the character's face, she looks really good. Yeah, beautiful work. Mega 3D says, I love the fairy. Yeah, I love the cat too. But I really like the detail that's going on in the face here. That looks really cool. I like the design of the hair too, actually. Mega 3 says, I love the fairy. Helpboard says 20 feet is 6,096 meters for those that don't use freedom units. Rename Card says, still a lot to do. Android Dot says, good stuff. Rename Card says, thank you. Mega 3D says, I can't love the cat. Cat's cerebral. I like cats. I prefer cats to dogs. personally. Yeah, beautiful work. Again, all of you guys have done really lovely work. I do want to thank you guys for letting me show it on the stream today as well. Remember, if you're watching and you want to show off your work, post it in the gallery and I'll show it off on stream, generally at the end of each stream. But I think we might leave it there for today, guys. I'll be back on again tomorrow, of course, for our Phil Does Chat, where Phil doesn't do 3D and he just chats to you guys. Well, that's like every day, but anyway. One thing before you go, Hellforge says yes. Naked 3D says, by the way, feel free to hire me, I'm worth it. No problems. Yeah, again, thanks guys for showing it all. What do you want to ask Hellforge? He says one thing before you go. Euro! Hey Euro! You just popped in as I'm saying goodbye. But it's good to see you, Euro. Hope you're well. What's this, Hellforge? Hang on. Just before I go, I've got to check this out from Hellforge. This link. What is this link? Oh, Pussycat. No, I got to go back. Hang on. There we go. Is this your pussycat? Hellforge, my girlfriend's cat who kept stealing my office chair. She looks beautiful. Lovely cat. Lovely green eyes. Thank you guys. I will see you guys again on tomorrow for our Just Chat stream. So you guys take care. And hopefully I will see you all again tomorrow. See you guys.